Hey everyone, Dr. Jamie, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before, and if this is your first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and you'll get health and wellness videos from me regularly. At the end of the video, if you enjoyed, please hit the like button. That way I know this was useful for you. And before we start, I'll just have you stop the video and read my disclaimer. Today we're going to be talking about the gut. I'm going to be giving you guidelines, letting you know some things that you want to put in to heal your gut and things that you want to take out to heal your gut. Really simple stuff to do. Okay, first of all, the gut's pretty complicated. We can't just throw probiotics in and call it a day. Oftentimes we need to do more than that. But also, if we're using probiotics, we want to be sure and feed them. And these are called prebiotics. The good bugs need food too. Oftentimes, if you're having digestive issues, you may not be eating a lot of vegetables, and vegetables are what your bacteria want to eat. They're down there going, send me the vegetables, because that's the fiber that they like. You want to eat more vegetables, and you want to eat a variety of vegetables. A variety of vegetables gives them a variety of food, and you'll get a more diverse internal microbiome. You can also, for fiber or to feed your good bacteria, have flax seeds and chia seeds. They would enjoy that as well. You can put them in a smoothie, grinding them up, or you can put your chia seeds separate and just eat those by themselves. And you can put flax seeds on a salad. That would work really well. If you're buying a probiotic, you really have to have a prebiotic there, because otherwise you're like putting the bugs in, but you're not feeding them. So get one with a prebiotic. That's all I carry. And if you've been using probiotics for a while, you want to change it up, because again, we want a diverse microbiome, which means we want different kinds of bugs. If you've been using a particular brand, go when you look next time when you need them and find a different brand that might have a little bit different of bugs and grab that, because that'll help your diversity too. Then here's something you can do that is so much more powerful than even taking probiotics, and that is using fermented foods. Fermented foods are like taking probiotics on steroids. It is about 100 times more powerful to your gut, as long as you do use good ones. A lot of people will get things like kefir or kombucha and grab it over at the store, but they're so processed down, they're just not even worth doing. Very few places carry really good brands. You would want to go more to a health food store, and you can make kombucha and make kefir yourself. Locally, we have a great health food store, Sunrise Natural Foods, and they carry all types of fermented kefir, kombucha, also fermented vegetables, all kinds of pickled vegetables. Those are all great, and those will give you the good gut bacteria. So if you're eating pickled vegetables, you're getting the prebiotic and the probiotic at the same time. That just helps with your microbiome or the bugs. The next thing that you have to think about is actually digesting your food. And for that, you need enzymes. If you have inflammation or if you have gut problems, which you probably do because you're watching this, you probably have a diminished amount of enzymes. And you need enzymes for proteins, for fats, and for carbohydrates. So all of those need to be there. And what you want to do is really notice, when do you have digestive problems? And problems would be people experience bloating, they might have belching, might have gas. When do you experience that? Is it after eating a big protein meal? Is it after eating a pizza? I mean, what is causing that issue for you? And it could even be vegetables. Some people have conditions where they can't even tolerate vegetables. And in that case, what I would tell you is everything I'm saying to you right now goes out the window. And you really need to have somebody professional take a look at you and diagnose what's going on with your gut. Because you could have something like small intestinal bowel overgrowth. And in that case, vegetables, no. Probiotics, no. They're going to make you actually feel worse. And that's so frustrating to be doing what people are advising you to do to get healthy and you're not getting healthy. Doesn't mean that you can't, just means that your gut's a little bit more complicated in there and somebody has to take a look and figure things out for you. But the enzymes, what do you want to do with the enzymes once you figure it out? HCl is what you need for protein. And if these foods that you're eating sit in the gut and they go undigested, especially meat, it's the foods that's going to sit there, putrefy, and you're going to start getting burning and reflux issues. And I have a video on that too. I'll link that into this if you're having those types of symptoms. But if you're having issues when you eat things like fiber, carbohydrates, then you're looking at pancreatic enzymes. And it could be secondary to something going on, but it could be you're just getting a little bit older and you just need to add in some pancreatic enzymes. The third thing is fats. Is it a high-fat meal that bothers you? And if it is, then you could add in a little bit of enzymes from the pancreas. They're lipase, it's called actually, which is good for fat digestion. But also, you can't exclude the gallbladder. We have the liver making the bile stores in the gallbladder, and then it goes down into the digestive system to help break up the fats. If the bile is sludgy, if it's not getting released, if it's not even being made well, you might not have enough and you might need to take some bile salts. But if you wind that back even further, if you do have issues like this, you need to figure out what's going on with that liver gallbladder. But taking digestive enzymes, in the big picture, you can get digestive enzymes with all different types in there for fats, protein, and carbohydrates, or you can get them broken out depending on what you need. Then we want to think, once we are feeding the microorganisms or the good bacteria, we are implanting good bacteria, and we have enzymes to digest, then we want to think about getting rid of the bad stuff, and that would be a good antimicrobial. And that's where apple cider vinegar, also onions and garlic win. If you put those into your diet, fantastic. And apple cider vinegar is also great at helping your food digest, so you get a double whammy there. It's fantastic. And that will cut down the inflammation in the gut. It gets rid of the bad stuff, like bad bacteria and viruses, and things like mold and fungus that get into your digestive tract and cause problems. We need good antimicrobials. Then I would say the superfoods are the next thing. And superfoods for the gut specifically are ones that just help the gut out in so many ways. And those are things like berries. Just think berries, 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 because those are wonderful for your gut. And also a homemade bone broth. And I say homemade because it's really hard to get one in the store that has anywhere near the nutritional value. It's like taking the difference between taking a probiotic off the shelf, and I sell them, they're good, but if somebody does kefir or kombucha or pickled vegetables, like I said, it's 100 times stronger. Same thing. If you use a homemade bone broth, the impact you're going to have on your digestive system is 100 times better. So worth doing. And I have a great recipe on my drjamiedc.com on my website. Go ahead and take a look at that. Berries, bone broth, and add in avocado. Avocado is fantastic for you. It's a good fat, a really good healthy fat. We need fat in our diet. Okay, that's all the good stuff to add in. If you're doing that, you're doing great. But we have to take the bad stuff out too. And that would be things like fried foods, processed foods. Those gotta go. We also have to take out, unfortunately, if you're trying to heal your gut, you've got to take alcohol out of the picture, at least on a temporary basis. Allow your gut to heal. Alcohol is irritating to the gut lining. And the processed foods have to go because there's chemicals in them, and those are irritating to the gut lining. Think of like dumping alcohol on my skin 3 times a day, or chemicals on my skin 3 times a day. It would start to get irritated. And the skin inside our digestive tract is very similar in the types of cells. Everything's just arranged. It's definitely different, but very, very, very similar. So you want to get those things out. Processed sugar has to go. Processed sugar is so bad. And then the 2 worst sensitivities on the planet, which are grains and dairy. You've got to get those out. Again, at least on a temporary basis, you may be able to add them back in. And what I tell people is any type of processed dairy is really bad for you. If you're going to have dairy, go with raw. And not everybody has access to that. I mean, California, we do have access to it. So we covered everything. And I think I said sugar. Definitely processed sugar. That's got to go. But if you get that stuff out and you add in the good stuff, you are going to see amazing changes happen in your digestive system. And if, like I said, this doesn't work for you, then you need to go see a natural health professional and figure out what is going on with you. Because it's just that the formula isn't working because of your particular issue. But besides that, this works great. Go ahead and give it a try. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And I will see you. Don't forget to like. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.